Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, when it comes to our meditation practice, always remember when you practice meditation, it is more than you gain something from outside. Mostly yourself, you're releasing a lot of things from inside you. Because from birth to now, knowingly or unknowingly, we accumulated a lot of unnecessary informations. Because of that unimportant, this unnecessary informations or the thoughts, what happening, you missing most kind of important information related to you, because you're giving the space to unnecessary information. So then you missing a lot of things about you. So mostly that's why when it comes to our day-to-day activities, and sometimes we from outside world, conventionally from the society, maybe we gain good education, we gain good that the most lot of advanced certificates, and maybe we gain a lot of better positions. But deeply inside, we, because of that situation or that achievement, we gain depression, unhappiness, sadness, worry, and maybe that leads us to high blood pressure, low blood pressure, cholesterol, or maybe cancer. So like that. See that we gain something from outside, and while you gaining it, what is happening, you neglect you or you forget you and you missing you. That part create a gap. So in that gap, what you miss inside you, maybe you don't, if you don't see it, always you look from outside and then you keep chasing from outside to fill that gap. You will never, even that you accumulate this entire universe to one single tablet, and if you drink it, that also not going to cure your inside gap. Inside what you missing? It's not going to happen, because it is not a something material or physical thing. So through the meditation, what it does, it filled and all the missing places inside you. It's kind of like a healing deeper inside wound, that whatever the damages that happen to you. Why? Because knowingly or unknowingly, when you go with these perceptions, with this outside world from childhood to now, there are a lot of damages happen to inside you. That inside damage, if there is an inside damage, how you can bring any kind of bodily, verbally or mentally complete action? Because that action somehow inherent and have the connection with that inside damage. So then it is better yourself get healed first. It doesn't matter as a child, as a person, as a mother, father, husband, wife, children, even as a monk or the priest, or it doesn't matter as a leader. Even if you become a deity or angel, if you are inside wounded, what will happen? If you have inside damages, what will happen? Whatever come out of you, come with that damage. See, sometimes that these vehicles, they recall, the entire lot, the whole year, that the one batch completely recall. Why? Because maybe somewhere something happened when the product happened. It happened with the certain very little tiny damage. Then what you have to do? You have to recall it and then you have to fix it. So, and how you know yourself? Through in this journey so far, in your journey. How many damages happen to you? And then without knowingly or unknowingly. So whatever your bodily, verbally and mentally action you perform, how you know that you transfer that damage to the outside world? As a child, if you are damaged, wherever you go with other children, look, sometimes very, very, very difficult when there are some children. They need special help and the attention. Because somewhere they miss something. And then the teenagers, there are a lot of teenagers. Nowadays parents call and they call. And over the phone, sometimes it is very difficult to handle this kind of situations for us. But when we go deeper and have the conversation with them, we recognize they look for something and they miss it. And even you are a girl or boy, you come to a fair and you have a relationships. So when you have a relationship as a partner, if you are wounded, damaged, then whoever the partner going to have a hard time. Sometimes these students call and tell, "Oh, venerable sir, I went to this dating and I am in a big trouble now. How I can get out of this?" It's happened. Why? Because knowingly or unknowingly, sometimes you get into a wounded person. And the thing is, maybe that person doesn't know it. And somehow maybe you married the person. How about that then? You didn't see in the beginning, but you married the person, and inside that person, it doesn't matter husband or wife, inside that person, there are a lot of things missing. Why? Because of, it's nothing wrong, because of the giving too much attention to the outside. And when you give too much attention to the outside, maybe the study, that is where it mostly start. Study, and then it come to work and earning, and maybe some other personal desires, or maybe that we have a kind of like a struggle to compare the society, the community. So this kind of situations happen. So how about that, if in case, if you get into a person deeply wounded, or maybe other person, maybe you are wounded like that, maybe even you don't know, when other person come to your life, because no one get married to suffer. Everybody look for kind of peace, calmness, happiness in their life. So you have then responsibility to giving that satisfaction and happiness to other person. Even with the children, as parents, everybody in a society, who has, when it comes to the family, in this universe, the kind of smallest community is the family. When it comes to family, in that community, how about, are you aware about others situations, and are you take care yourself? Are you try, how much you try to help yourself to heal? Or how much you try to fix yourself and get out of this wounded situation from you? Have you ever thought about it in the journey of this life? So whatever the things happen, like or unlike things, and still it is in your mind, holding, and everywhere deeper inside. And when you close your eyes, or when you get alone, or sometimes even when you are feel kind of happy, that fear and the wounded memory can pop up. There are a lot of people, that talk about this. And they always, tell their situations, this happened to me, it's very difficult to get out of me like that. It is good in case if you find out your damage. So the meditation is a one thing. It picks deeply this all the damages. And that is why we call it cultivation of the mind. So development of the mind. That development of the mind come higher without any missing point or without any damage. So then it brings the kind of self-confidence to yourself. Because deeply you recognizing and you understand the condition of your mind. That is the best ability when it comes to meditation. So then be aware yourself, little by little. So mentally you practice that, and sometimes before it come to this mental practice, there are different, the physical practice that we have to go. So as example, when it come to coconut, so in our countries, in Eastern countries, people go to some Hindu temples and they break coconuts. And with the kind of like they have a purpose in their mind and the intention, the desire, and to fulfill that desire, what they does, they go and there is a small place maybe with the piece of rock, and then they go and they hit the coconut, and then the water flash all over. It's then it's if the coconut break properly, people become happy and they think, oh, my wish going to become fulfilled. What is secret behind this? Because there is a process that you have to go to achieve to something. When it comes to coconut, it just not the whole coconut you cannot take and break it. No, you cannot. First, you have to husk it. Take out this outside layer. And then there is a cell, hard part. And then you cannot take that, you cannot husk it. You have to break it. And to break it, you have to hit. That to hit that, you have to, there is a science. Breaking coconut. Just hitting, you cannot make it. You have to be very focused. Because if you are not focused, what will happen? It will go away. If the coconut doesn't break, then the person becomes so worried. Why? Because, oh, my coconut didn't, break. Oh, that's mean my purpose, my intention, the desire not going to work. So it giving you the sign why it can happen. Because you don't know how to focus. You don't know how to target and how to hit properly. Then if you at least cannot break a coconut, hitting properly, how you, this unknown mind, unseen world, the future, tomorrow, you don't know what kind of people going to come to your life. Maybe can come all the most crazy people can come to your life tomorrow, and you don't know what kind of co-worker going to be with you tomorrow and destroy all the plans that. You don't know what kind of, the situation's going to unfold in front of you. And you don't know what kind of disease going to come. Maybe completely something new situation come, even we have no idea what it is. It can happen. So maybe, who knows, suddenly something, appear from another planet or something like that, like aliens, that kind. Or maybe this all the communication network and everything, completely shut down. Things can happen. Maybe hackers come and, destroy this all the network and everything. And then we go, and even this electricity and everything, through, it's a, maybe it can go to darkness. No communication, no light, no ponds, how about that? And no water, how about that? Well, so it can happen. But it's still, just imagine, if you have intention in your mind, if you are not just focused to what you keep doing, even just for a single thing, how are you going to achieve, in this unknown, unseen, unpredictable, tomorrow? How you going to gain something, even your personally, at least not about big things, peace, satisfaction, comfort? How about that? What you you know to practice yourself, and how you know that you can gain it? So then you have to practice physically in a different method. You cannot keep doing the same thing. So in the beginning, what you have to do, one of the best thing that you have to do, and generosity. In any level of your life, even the deeper bottom level of, the difficulty, even if you are in the hell, that is that is the bottom that you can go. Beyond the hell, there is nothing, no place to go. So even if you are in the hell, if you just start to practice generosity, remember, that is the place, that is the moment you're going to turn backward. That is where you're going to, reverse everything. Generosity. That one of the best good, the physical practice. And through the and it affect for your mind also. But in the physically, start to give. This is not by thinking. Regarding your husband, wife, children, friends and families, even wherever you go, even the neighbors or unknown people, whoever you meet, start to give something. If it is possible, and especially during this time period, that we have to be careful when we give something hand to hand. But remember, this world, this situation is going to happen all the time, but somehow you have to be smart to keep practice your generosity. Even at least by thinking, may other person get it. When you see somebody living a very, happily, just wish them to be happy. If you see someone need something, if you cannot provide it, at least have the wish, may somebody will give it to him or her. So like that, develop a generous heart yourself. So the generosity, one of the good practice, it is kind of like, it's not going to take, practicing generosity not going to bring you enlightenment, but it is opening the door. It's like the coconut. It's like the husking the outside layer. It's very difficult, hard, and messy, but the generosity also like that. And it take you to the next level, the cell. So it's like a profitable action. So the doing profitable actions, you have to be more wise. So when it comes to profitable actions, bodily, verbally, and mentally, Maybe the becoming generous is not going to become a profitable action that help for your wisdom. So then you have to be more and more look inside and inward and see the intention. And with what kind of intention that you do your work and change it there. That is the very secret of profitable action. Because the in deeper intent, in a surface level, generosity, we cannot see it that much. But if you go deep a little bit and to question your intention towards that, whatever the attention that you keep going, and if you question it, that intention is self-centered, that is not that much profitable action. So you come out of the profitable action, the self-centered action, and then you become more and more and more sharp and clear regarding your own action, doing something towards outside. And that will make you release. Why? Because this accumulation, this all the gathering of information happen when you have the self-centered, I am, me, me. I am important. So like that. That bring all the, and that is why you're missing a lot of things about you. But releasing and doing things for others will help you to purify yourself. And when you deeply, when you go and when you come out of the selfless idea and start to do your bodily, verbally, and mentally action, it's going to become more vivid, clear, sharp. So that is where then you come to the self. So the breaking the cell is kind of like a practicing meditation, tranquility meditation, vipassana meditation. So that breaking cell, what you have to have the first policy, remember, target, focus properly, don't miss it. So when you hit the coconut, you have to hit it in a proper way. Otherwise it go away. Why? It is round, if it doesn't hit the right place, it slip. So same like, when it come to our mind. See, when it come to some of the meditation, it's a kind of, the focus, it is tip of our nose, inhalation, exhalation. If you are not focused properly, it miss. You go somewhere. Many years backward or forward, somewhere in this sky, you go roller coaster. So then the focus and come to a point. And finally, if you are able to do that, and you will experience splash of, sweet coconut water like that. When it comes to vipassana, you will experience the ultimate bliss of clarity within your own mind. That is the most sweet, the experience that you can gain. That means without any boundary, without any, wounded mind, with the completion, you experience the clarity. In that clarity, we call it the pure consciousness, pure awareness. It's not bound to the self. That is why it's called universal consciousness. And that is the moment your liberation happens. So then remember in day-to-day life. And just having something doesn't work. Just wanting something doesn't work. So then you have to develop little by little, little by little. First thing, remember to get healed yourself. For that, you have to do physical activities. The first one, generosity. So the second one, and get out of the self-centered mind. And then the third one, practicing meditation and to samatha and vipassana. And what the example I gave is like a breaking coconut. In the beginning, it is very rough, ugly, and you have to husk it. And then after that, You take it, and when you hit the important policy, the keep focus. Otherwise, it will slip. Same like in your mind, in your life, when you need something, have the clear focus. And with that focus, intention, with the the necessary strength, by just if you are weak, you cannot do it. You have to have some strength. So then with the strength, focus, and then you have to go. And so that's why in the temples, people, the different temples, people go and break the coconut, but they think something else. But that is the deeper philosophy behind it. It giving a lesson for you, for whatever the desire you have, start to do like. But when they break the coconut, and when they see the flash the water, and they feel happy, and they giving a confidence. But that confidence doesn't work when you go tomorrow, if you go back with the weak mind. So then always remember to have the clarity and keep the focus with the necessary strength, whatever the situation comes. And remember breaking coconut policy, and then apply it to your day-to-day life, and you're going to fulfill your success. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.